ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, Fortnite players. Could you be entitled to compensation? Now, let's get into it. The controversial online safety bill has passed its last parliamentary hurdle in the House of Lords, meaning it will finally become law after years of delay. The piece of legislation will force social media firms to remove illegal content and protect users, especially children, from material which is legal but harmful. The bill has been in the works since 2019, but has experienced many delays and backlash over issues like freedom of speech and privacy. One of the most controversial proposals would force platforms to undermine messaging encryption so private chats can be checked for criminal content. Also in relation to the online safety bill, the UK government is calling on big social media companies, specifically Meta, not to go dark on detecting child abuse with encryption on Facebook and Instagram.
It's a fallacy to describe this problem as a debate between user privacy on the one hand, or encryption, and child safety on the other. The two are not mutually exclusive.
That's Home Secretary Suella Braverman.
I support the use of standard encryption by the tech companies. I support user privacy. But we also need to enable the National Crime Agency and our police officers to access online fora where paedophiles are operating with impunity and devastating the lives of children.
Speaking outside Kent Police Headquarters, she had been meeting with officers to discuss the crisis of child grooming currently faced in the UK, something she says is at risk of worsening due to Meta's planned introduction of end-to-end encryption on many of its platforms.
My call upon the tech companies is for them to work with us to roll out the technology that we know exists, that we know protects user privacy, but also enables police officers and investigators like those I've met here today access these online fora, acquire the data, build investigations, arrest the paedophiles and protect children.
Braverman went on to say that big tech executives could face jail if they fail to comply with new legal powers in the online safety bill. Meta-owned WhatsApp already offers end-to-end encryption by default, which prevents anyone other than the sender and recipient of a message from accessing its contents. Earlier this year, WhatsApp and Signal both threatened to leave the UK over this issue. Meanwhile, Rishi Sunak is facing backlash over suspected plans to weaken some of the government's key green policies. This is said to include considering a 5-year delay on the ban of the sale of new petrol and diesel cars, which is currently due in 2030, as well as weakening the plan to phase out gas boilers from 2035. Responding to the reported plans, he said that the government was committed to reaching net zero carbon emissions by 2050, but in a more proportionate way. Now listen up, Fortnite fans, and in fact any parents of Fortnite fans too, as you could be entitled for compensation. US regulators are beginning to notify more than 37 million people via email that they may be eligible for compensation, as part of a legal settlement with game developer Epic Games Inc. As part of it, parents whose children bought virtual gear without their knowledge on the popular video game could soon be eligible to get a refund. The Federal Trade Commission announced late last year that Epic Games would pay $520 million in penalties and refunds to settle complaints around children's privacy and its payment methods that trick players into making unintended purchases. If you think you've been affected, then you have until the 17th of January 2024 to submit a claim. Google says it's made a breakthrough using AI to help identify disease-causing genes. A new model named Alpha Missense is able to confidently classify 89% of all possible missense variants in genes, identifying whether or not they are likely to cause diseases. That compares with just 0.1% of all missense variants that have been confidently classified by human experts. Most variants are benign, and the average person has more than 9,000 of them, but some of them can be disastrous, leading to rare genetic diseases. India's solar probe has completed a key final manoeuvre around Earth as it slingshots towards the Sun. Aditya L1 is aimed at studying solar winds and was launched from India's main space centre on the 2nd of September. Since then, it's undergone 4 manoeuvres circling the Earth, which help the spacecraft gain necessary velocity for its journey towards the Sun. The spacecraft's final destination is a location known as Lagrange Point L1, located roughly 1.5 million kilometres from our planet. where it can maintain its position relative to the Sun and Earth, held in balance between the two's gravitational fields. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, finally, some good PR for bats. And could London go car-free by 2050? Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. Now, they aren't exactly many people's favourite animals, but a study suggests that bats may hold vital clues when it comes to beating cancer. The research shows that rapid evolution may account for their extraordinary ability to both host and survive infections, as well as avoid cancer. Scientists say bats are exceptional among mammals, not only for their ability to fly, but also their long lives, low cancer rates, and robust immune systems. The research is published in the journal Genome Biology and Evolution. Microsoft is hosting a special invite-only event in New York City this week, where we're likely to see what's next for its Surface devices and Windows 11. It's rumoured that it will debut 3 new Surface devices and a whole host of AI-powered features for Windows, Office, Bing, Surface, and more. The event takes place tomorrow, Thursday the 21st of September at 3 p.m. UK time. We'll bring you all the details on Tech and Science Daily as soon as we have them. And finally, a survey has revealed that us Brits believe London will be the first car-free city in the world by 2050. According to a survey of around 2,000 people by a bike subscription service, while the majority thought England's capital will become the first city without cars passing through it, they were divided over what they thought would become the dominant form of transport. More than half said bicycles and electric bikes would replace vehicles, 23% thought scooters would become dominant, but 12% thought Segways could make a comeback. Now that would make for a very interesting rush hour. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.